Morning everybody and welcome back to another War Thunder video. I am back after a 5-day siesta, if you could really call it a siesta. First going off, let me just say that I am a bit ill at the moment. I've got a bit of a sore throat, so if I sound weird, that'll be why. I may have to stop the recording between segments to cough. Not that you need to know much about my unfortunate illness, but just a heads up. So, I warned you when I did my review of this tank that there was going to be more footage of it on the channel, and there's definitely going to be more footage of it on the channel. I posted my review of the T-64A onto the Reddit, and I believe it was quite well received. 5 likes, thank you very much to you lovely people, you are really making me happy, and I could not thank you enough for that. Your support means the world to me, as does the support of the rest of my subscribers. A lot of people on Reddit, though, were saying that the armour on the T-64 doesn't work, that the composite armour is nothing more than basically a waste of time. It's just to make the in-garage armour viewer seem impressive and look pretty. I don't think that's the case, though. Armour in War Thunder has always been quite subjective. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Regardless of what's shooting at you, even they can get lucky or you can get unlucky depending on how you look at it. In this video though, I'm going to show you just how effective the armour on this thing can be. Specifically, there's little plates on the side. That is a Leopard A1 that is currently shooting at me, most likely firing heat, although if he's got any common sense he'll be using Sabo. This is just going to be a short video to demonstrate how useful that armour on the side can actually be against what I can assume are chemical warheads that are being fired at me. So, heat FS. We are of course on the abandoned factory map, which was one of my favourite maps, although it's not as high up on my list as it used to be. Folder, I think, is definitely my favourite map, specifically for this tier of tanks. Just because it's so much bigger and gives you so much more room to manoeuvre, and you don't have to worry about KPZ-70s and MBT-70s rushing the cap circles like they do in other maps. It's still a problem, yeah, but at least you have the area to move around in and position yourself in such a way that they don't kill you straight off. So, tracks repaired, let's move up. I'm pretty certain there's something around the right hand side of this building because I can see smoke, which I would assume is a muzzle flash. So I'm going to angle myself around this corner, only showing my side skirts as much as I can possibly help it. Ah, a KPZ. Annoyingly, if I'd aimed a little bit higher up, that probably would have killed him in one shot, but no worries. I'll take another punt at him. I've got a quite short reload, so I can finish him off. Always aim for the left-hand side of the turret on the KPZ, by the way. It's almost always a one-shot kill, as long as you penetrate. Now, a shot just came in then through the smoke, which hit my engine but didn't do anything else. I've got a funny feeling that was a bounce. Is he going to fire again? Yeah, that was a bounce. As you will see in the review video for this tank, the side armour itself is actually awful. It's just the angle that I'm presenting and the skirts on the side that are stopping him from penetrating. There goes some more of my side armour. Well, not side armour, just containment boxes and what have you on the side of the tank. So I'm going to back up, but I'm going to keep my angle, get the gun down. Looks like another Leopard. Yeah, that's an A1. He gets taken out. Another kill assist. That's fine by me, I'm perfectly happy with that. Always look both ways before crossing an open zone. Get this bloody wreck of the KPZ out of my way now. that right there was a good demonstration of how to play this tank as effectively as possible. You put it in such a position where you can use the armour that you do have as effectively as possible and position yourself to surprise KPZs and MBTs respectively, or anything else that you may run into. They may be more mobile than you are, but you turning up in places that they don't expect you to is still going to be a shock to their system. Like that guy that I got the kill on, he had no idea I was sat there. As I said, always look both ways before going into open ground, or even going through a corner. This is why I don't like street fighting very much. But that guy didn't heed the warning, and he paid the price for it. Naturally, due to the meta change at tier 6, people are firing more fin-stabilised Sabre than they are fin-stabilised heat shells, which is why people may be complaining that the armour on this thing is nothing to shout about. But for those tanks and times when you are facing tanks that are firing heat at you, it's good to know that you can rely on the armour when it matters, so long as you position yourself correctly and use the armour in the correct manner. You angle it, you flatten out the side plates like I did back then, when I was sat in the corner of the building. You angle the side plates so that they're flat to the enemy target, and in all due respect, you basically cross your fingers and hope that they're firing Sabo, because if they're firing heat, because if they're firing Sabo, chances are it'll penetrate you anyway. But then, this armour was designed to protect against ATGMs and heat shells, not Sabo, because when this thing was created, heat shells were the most modern thing on the battlefield. Pretty much, anyway. Most modern tanks at the time were firing heat shells as standard, or at least carrying loads of said ammunition in order to combat steel armoured tanks, such as the T-54As and 55s, and to a lesser extent the T-62. What will be interesting is if Gaijin decides to add the T-64BV and later variants in the T-series, such as the T-72, the T-80, the T-90, those tanks have ERA packages on them on top of their composite armour, adding extra protection against ATGMs and heat shells. And with that will come extra protection against kinetic forms of shells as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm glad to be back, happy to be back. There will be more footage of this vehicle coming up onto the channel, as well as some more things besides in the future. I hope this helps you learn a little bit of something about the armour characteristics of the T-64. And thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and liking. It really does help out the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers!